So let me begin in 90 seconds. In less than 90 seconds. Let me stand up a little bit. I've been sitting for 2 hours. I'm still in my boots. Let me check out my Odyssey channel before we begin. I need a manager. I may not do much. It might not seem like a lot to you. But for me, this is pretty much overwhelming already. Don't feel sorry for me. Don't worry. I'm not looking for any sorry eyes, I can tell you right now. Always the same four. If you have to speak to me, please speak. Speak at any time. If you think I'm rude, if you think I've done something wrong, I can take it. If you have to tell me something, I can take it. It doesn't mean I'm going to believe what you say. I don't have to believe what you say, but I can at least listen to what you have to say. Everybody is here for their opinion, because what I am doing, what I believe that I am doing here, is bringing something to the eye of those who want to see something other than something they have ever seen before. Do I think I am the only one doing what I am doing? Absolutely not. I am not doing what everybody else is doing at the same time. And you are not watching me knowing. So whatever, I'm just trying to see where I'm going to go with this. I am thinking right now. Okay. There's a lot of numbers. We can add up all the numbers. We can take the numbers and match them to words. We're doing it. We're doing it. Robert Edward Grant, if you ever take a look at his work, amazing. He is exactly on the path I want to be. What he has, I do not. And he has not seen what I have. I believe that I have something, that I have discovered something. It is, what is the big equation? That's what it is. It's the big equation. What are all the equations? There are so many equations. Would you think it was going to be easy? What is easy? What is dedication? What is, let me see, I've just lost myself. I need to watch myself speak. Creation is the basic, and all basic creation begins with the thought, something that you saw, something that you heard, something that you imagined. Out of nowhere, I don't know. I just knew. Why do I wear my hat like this? I need to feel. I need to feel. I need to feel. I want to hear. I want to feel. I want those vibrations. I want it to come in underneath my cap. I want to keep it warm. I don't want it to escape, at least not all the time. Look, both the inside and the outside are on the outside. So we are going to work on a few equations today, and that's what I want to do. I have linked. I am going to put myself on the line right now and tell you, yes, I have linked. I have seen myself link numbers to numbers that connect to words, like the moon, to Jesus Christ's Mass, to understanding the vowels, how we come to their position in the alphabet through numbers, where their position is on the round number pad, as well on the push button pad. And regard, there is a separation, but there's a bigger separation that when you look at the Tesla energy, one of the gaps, okay, that where it ends on the half moon, okay, one of the gaps is where they connect the 9 with the 1. Where is that 3 gap? Why isn't this larger than it is? I mean, you're missing 12 unless you're overlapping with 912 again. So we've gone all the way around a full 9, and then we went 1, 2. And by the way, all these numbers are only numbers for logistics. They're only numbers for logistics because all the numbers are number 1, except for the center one where it's number 5. All in 1. So what happens is when 9 goes over this, your day goes 9 and 2 extra. So you got 9, 11 to extend that day. So now here comes my own personal question. Here comes my own personal question. If we have 9 hours in the day, right? And then we add on, you see 9 positions, 10 positions, 11 positions. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals 2 and 1, 3. I'm just trying to figure out, there's a piece inside of here. Just hang on a second. Trying to remember. So we have 9 hours, we have 10 hours, we have 11 hours over here. We add on in standard, we have to add on 1 and 2 is 3, because once 1 goes between 2, it will create 3. So if we put 3 1s over here, it would be the same. And if I put 1, 2, 1 here, it would be the same. It's telling me about the E world right over here. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 is 3, and 2 equals to 5, skipping over 4, 3 to 5. So this is the 9, 10, 11, 12 hours of the half day. It is created from 9 and 9. It's created from 9 and 9. And remember, when you get to the half day, you don't have to do the average. When you go around, you can stop here. Here is the beginning. Here is the first hour, and this is where the average came out. But it's only calculated here for what the average was between here and here. And the average is 2. 3 and 1 is 4. The average is 2. So now we go around, we have the 12 hours in the day, and the 12th hours is now number 3. So you have 33 for 2 12-hour days, in which what you did is you did 9 and 1, 2, 3. And then you did 9 again, and then 1, 2, 3. So what this equation is you will run 1 to 9, and then you'll go 1, 2, 3. And then you go 1 to 9, and then you go 1, 2, 3. Now, wait a second. This is 24 hours. So you have gotten 45 and 6 equals to 51. That would be Mars. And then you would have the same thing, equals to 45 and 06 equals to 51. But in the second reality, we're going to see what the connect link was, because it is 45 and 6, 5 and 6, 11. 4 and 0 is 4. You now have 42. 4 in creation. This is K. This is D, DK, 42. This is the divide. This is where the seventh gate comes in. You see this, okay, in multiplication will create 66. This also will create 66. So basically in gematria, it's like that. Here's your 7, here's your 7, here's 6, 6, 6, 6. So you would assume that this area over here is the dividing 6. Now there's a question inside of here where you have to, like above is below, so you would come down and you would create this. And you create this because in this area over here, what happens is the letter M and N, they come together, but they both have a value of 1. So I can no longer descend the mountain, descending in numbers and moving over. I now must move across. So I move across between M and N. Now the question is, sometimes you can say, well, what is M and what is N? It is the angle. Here's your N. Here is your M. They are the same size. The angle or the descent, what happens to it? Which I didn't want to get inside of that, the open book. So this is going to equate to the Mars cat. This is the Mars cat. I don't like the light the way it is. Some of the wording I use is because where I find the words. This is the dividing house because the multiplication and the addition of the word creates 6 and 8. On a dice cube, on these dice cube, there's a lot of stories in here. We must create the equation. We must understand it. It must be logical, and they're using it all over the world. If they say 7, there is 7 here, but mathematically and logically, if you take a look at the position and all the dots, you can see there's 9 area spaces, 4 dots, in which these are in between. You turn them up this way, you put the X onto the cross. You see, you put the X onto the cross. And this is the star system math that I use, multiplication and addition. In order to get a minus sign, my equation would have to be like this. To the side 1, to the side 1, above and below, every which way around. Here is the total of 6. That is my equation, the minus. Between the two sides, you don't have what is on the other side, but you get what is on the other side. You come into life, and you come from beyond. In rotation of, I'm not sure if I should have did it that way or I should have did it this way. We can do it both ways, but this is 9 and 6 together. You see the 9, you see the 6. It tears me apart that I can't get it all out. That there is so much to say, that is so many equations that bring life together and create form through the trueness of what is the word. Because how do you create a word, and where does a word come from? W is for creation of in Mars. The small o versus the big O. What does it mean? 360 degrees. Can it mean what is passing through the vein? Because, you know, if you cut off a vein, you'll just have that little around, you know, depending which vein it is, you know. I'm not really sure which one it is. To understand what it looks like, what the letters look like. But I like to look at when O and R are together. That is 6 and 9 in itself rotation. 6 happens to be the fox. It happens to be the love of 15, of 42, the cat, the gateway, and mass SAM 33 in rotation of itself, to what is the division between day and night, not because I say so, but because these say so. Do the math. 4 times 4, 4 plus 4 equals to 16 and 8. Would you agree or disagree? And let's not play games. 16 hours a day and 8 hours a night for a 24-hour day. Understanding that also that 8 is H. And if we're talking the heavens and the heavens, when you go there, you're dreaming. The 16 is the letter P. It tells me about the half-life, because in order to get 16, the only true 7 on the dice, in which creates one light enlightening 6, the only true 7, 16. This way it is the I, where there is no 2, 5, and 8, because the heart is inside of 2, 5, and 8. And over here, it is the H, and you have the heart between 4 and 6. Zion 0 is real. The real reason that 6 is ignited with 0, because it is 0 encompassing 1, the value of 8. 8 area spaces that surround 1 we call life. In other words, we can call it the void, VOID, what you do not see and do not know or do not understand. The void. It is in the word of what the actuality is. It is not there. Give me another word for it. We can call it blank if we want. Also knowing that 8 void resides with 1, in which 1 penetrates and ignites 6. So you know that 0 ignited 6. So now the void and 0 equals to 6. And to top off the value of that equation is that the 15th letter, which is the O, 1 plus 5 equals to 6. 1 times 5 equals to 5, and that is your alpha beta creation. That is your AB creation, your AB creation. Your AB creation, 1221, L and U. L and U. Add up 1 to 12, you get 78. Add up 1 to U, you get 231 minus 78 equals to 153. Ah, very nice. Very nice. I just did a piece on that. I'm going to explain it to you. I know I'm all over the place, but this is what it happens. Here is your 1221. This is the TH house. But what is first, A, and what is last, okay, C? And what is first, C, and what is last, A? From which way are you going or coming? The secondary thing is ABC is a standard. ABC is a standard. The first, the second, and the third, they are a standard. But you stand on A and B, and not you stand on A and B. That is your DNA. I don't know if you want to say spirit time, if you want to say the AI, if you want to see, I don't like the light on this right now. So we have the 153, and the 13 ball and the 5 ball in pool are the orange ball. Orange is created by yellow and red, the soul, the blood, whichever way you want to look at it. There's many ways you can look at things. I don't want to go off context here, but I'm having tons of trouble with the light. In fact, this here over here will equal to 66, and this one will be 71 at the end result. 7 and 8 is 15, 1 and 5 is 6. 6, 15. I think I got that written on the wall. 7 times 8 equals to 56 and 15 equals to 71. So it creates its gateway, and its gateway through Q. 1221. What year are we in now? We're not talking about 2021. It is between here, the gateway, passing through the Spirit, the hand of God, which is the 14th. Then you come to the gateway in Mars. And then you come to the sun. And this one over here is 136. And through the sun, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 3 is 6. You begin the first rotation in standard. But yes, first it begins with just 1. Then it goes to 1, 2. Then first it begins with 1. Then it goes to 1, 2. Then it goes to 1, 2, 3. Then it goes to 1, 2, 3, 4. And this in itself is an equation. I call it the bowling game. And obviously there's 10 frames, and you get to put 3 in a row in bowling before the fourth one jumps off onto the next dimension. But it's not the same with our years. You follow me? In bowling, it's 3 X's, and this is 30. It doesn't go more than 3. But yet in this world that we live, everything completes a cycle on the fourth added. The last 25% of 75%, in which 75% used to be a whole. It was not 75% before. What 75% was this. But now, because of the add-on, Earth and the moon, we now have this equation over here. So we ask myself that question. Why is the clock 60 seconds? You see, we pushed it back from what was over here. This is what, 33%? So what would be the clock if I bumped it up 50%? What is the missing part that creates the difference in the 100% of the clock? Do you follow what I'm saying? When 3 parts was whole, you see, when you go to a hockey game, they got 3 20-minute periods equaling to 60. You see, it was 3. It's not quarters. It's not 4 by 12 in basketball, and it's not 4 by 15 in football. Basketball, football. Here is the basketballs, your 43. It is your split worlds. Split worlds where we once went, let me see this. Here, let's keep it easy. Where we once went into area of just 9, we now add 3 to the section to complete it. It's now this section plus this section. The first section has now been eliminated. So in bowling, it's almost the same thing. With the first world, will get eliminated. First, second, 3, this is over. This is this becomes standard. And then it moves on. It moves on from A to D to G to J to, anyways, I'll get on with that. But remember, the basic of everything is 1, 3, and 5. If you take a look at the 1 and at the 3 and at the 5, you will see they all have something similar. They are the only dice with a single dot. This is the only one that will push and rotate. These will not make any difference, because no matter how I spin this from point up, for you it's always the same. The only difference is what's on the side. With 5 up, or 2 up, or 4 up, or 3 up, 6 will always be on the side. The only time that 6 will not be on the side is when 1 is down. And when 1 is down, 6 will not be seen. 1 light into the world of 6, because you don't see it. And what is that numeric value, the total that is left over? It'll be 20 around of your knowledge of dots. It'll be 14 around of your knowledge of dots, plus 1. 14 plus 1, 14 and 15, the beginning of pi. The divide. 1, 3, 5 are those dots. And with it, what do we see that comes the opposite side? What is it going to be? 6, 4, 2. So right here, here is the light, and here is the divided gateway between 4 and 2. Now, there's other ways to say 4 and 2, and I spoke before about the fox, and it is the clue fox, which is the nailed fox love. 15, 24, 06. It is 15 and 24 that create 06 as 3 and 3 to create the word fox. The 6th letter, the 15th letter, the 24th letter. The 2 and 4, this 39 over here, things get divided, what is below and what is above. The time that we are in right now in history, we are right here. And I go to this because of Grover Cleveland and Grover on a lamppost, enlightening up the street. 1 and 6. The XO is for love. It's the game of 9. The game of 9 in XO, in order to, is it to cover it all? Can I spread it all out this way? Is to XO. It also has something to do in Greek. I don't know what it is. And what happens in the game? X, 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 X. So there are 4 X's, and then there is a 5th X. And then there is a 6X. There are 6 X's. 6 times X. 6 times X equals to 120 equals to 144. The 1440 minutes in our day. Now we have to understand the V, the V, the V, and the V, and that'll be 88. And our total will be 232. This will create 1111. This is Pegasus. This is the 7th gate of day. Day of creation of the light. And understanding the star system math that tells the stories through what we call the cube. But it's not only through the cube, it's also through the cards. I spoke over here about 6 and 9, and why was it 6 and 9? Because over here is the 9. And then if we go the other way, oh no, 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 please, 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 please. Just give me a minute here. Just give me a minute to fix up with this cat here, please. And I lost something on my table. Okay, okay. Go away. Okay, just give me one more minute. Okay, I gotta set this up. Let me see here. Okay. Okay. Where is my stream is, I lost my stream. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So there's the 9, and this pen doesn't work in there. And this light is not helping me, and I can't see. I need. And here's the 6. And here's the 6. And there's ribs. There's ribs, right? The E has how many ribs versus the F? How many ribs does the F have, right? You can come all the way to here with F, right over here. And then we can also go here with F. So we can see the angle of where some of the letters come in and how come it's short. Because it's on the length of the building and it's on the short wall. We can come around if you want and create another rib. I know my artwork right now, I'm just doing it rough, and we can see the angle that it's on. Wow, you can't see any of that? I mean, it's not really good, but it looks like a chicken's foot or something, or a big beak. Something like that. Come on. Please, 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 please. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Okay, so where was I? Where was I? What's going on? Okay, I remember this. I remember this. Okay, yes, 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 yes. Okay. Standard. First, second, third, fourth. Now. First, second, third, and fourth. First, second, third, and fourth. You have a gas pedal. You push it 1/4 of the way down. You push it a little bit further, and the gear shifts. Or you shift the gear. From nothing, and then as you push the gas pedal. Different things that happen in cars, but I'm not going to speak about that right now. There are cycles in cycle till the full cycle is finished. Now, I'm not sure, but over the last 16 years, I happened to see what another way the DNA works. And another way the DNA works is that it flips over. It starts to flip over. It's always flipping over. I think, and I'm not sure if it flips forward and backwards, but it seems like it flips this way and then it flips this way. Or it might flip this way, flip this way, flip this way, and the next one it'll flip back. And then the next one will flip back. And the next one will flip back. Almost like a jagged line like that. And it's doing that. And what will happen is it'll keep what is on the bottom will come to the top, and what is on the top will come to the bottom. And what is on the bottom will come to the top, and what is on the top will come to the bottom. So while you're twisting, I'm not sure if we can use this paper over here. And I'm just going to use hold on a second. I'm just going to use this one piece of paper. I'm just going to use, oh, I shouldn't have split it there. I should have split it here, right? Should I have split this one piece of paper up? This is not a trick. I have no idea what's going on. I just want a strand of paper. That's all I want. Okay, so I got a strand of paper. So what I do is now I fold it. Now, how am I going to fold it? What angle will that fold come on? I'm just going to do it this way and keep it square. That when I do it, let me make it a little smaller because it's not long enough. So I keep it square. Now, the question is, do I come under again to do it? See the way the fold is on the inside? Or should I go over in order to do it? So now, on one side, right? This is on the back side. This is on the front side, like that. Now, the last question is, what would I do next? So this was on the top. So now this one will come underneath at the bottom over here. And then this one over here is already over there, so I don't need to close it. Should I close it? What would I do with it? Well, I would turn it into the front and I would connect it to the next strand. Let me see if I got this right. Let me get something that's easier to show. 1 second. Maybe we can use this. And remember, the page can be folded. Folding space, right? I can fold it and I can fold it again and make a space for a gap. So I am just going to take it and I'm going to rip that end off. And here it is. Maybe it's going to be easier to see if I take away the light. So what I'm going to do to the first one is I fold it under. Boom. Now, depending on my angle, well, how many angles can I take and what's going on? I can just do it this way, right? Almost like a twist. And just keep twisting it. You can do it that way if you want, right? What's on top is on the bottom. What's on the bottom is on the top. And, you know, but eventually we're just going to go like this. So we're just going to call this linear for some reason. Maybe a connecting pole is turned like this. I want to do this. I want to curve it over here. Curve it over here. Then I'm going to curve it from the front over here. So now I have, can you see the opening here? Here, close. But on this side, you can't see me opening it other than it moving up. See, the minute I open it, it comes up and then boom, comes back down. Hold on a second. Now I'm going to do something I really never do, and I'm going to take out some Scotch tape or whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to, yeah, very lucky guy. I can stay in the house today and get this important stuff done. For those who think this is not important, it's important to me. I believe there's something inside of here as we uncover that we can figure out a new definition for every word, for every phrase, for anything we've ever touched or saw in our lifetime, and the significance towards who we are, where we came from, and the questions that have been asked for centuries, whatever those questions are. Now what we are going to do is I'm going to fold it under, and I'm folding it under on this one, okay? Now I'm not sure, should I fold it under and go through the center to create that half-life center? Oh my God, it looks like a 9 and the letter P. I don't want to go there yet. Don't want to go there. So we turn it and we got it under. Now, can we take the rest of this one and just fold it over here? Or should we just leave it stick out like we see in many letters? And then this one, when it comes to here, do we wrap it? If I wrap it, okay, I can send it now off in a new direction. And maybe we can call this Q. I don't know. What happens to my tail at the end? Should I bring my tail back in and call it Q? I don't know. Anyways, okay, let's move on. Let me have a sip of Java. VOG.FYI. Video, I don't know. What is life of God? I don't know. What is VOGFYI? FYI is something to do with, I don't know. Okay, we are going to go on to what I wrote this out to do. Cecilia, what does it mean, VOG, FYI, in words? I don't want to go, and I don't know why I don't want to go. Should we be working in coded words? And then I would have to know what it is. Maybe I'm not ready to be altered into that realm yet. Maybe that is the true realm. I do not know. It's sophisticated to have 3 letters, and it's standard. So I want to discuss the basics for the word dot. Okay, and the reason for that is because these are dots. And understand that when we have 4 dots, we have 4 singular dots. So if we have 4 dots, there's many ways you can look at this, but 4 dots equals to a value of 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. But if we count it as single dots, we only have 4 dots. That's it, just 4 dots. So what is the value of a dot? Now we have 4 dots. That's 4. We have 2 and 2, eh? 4 dots. Just trying to think of the value of the dots. And you know, if the cube was up this way, right? The dot here, the dot here, and the dot here, they would be split right in half. You would end up with a dot like this, and then basically a dot like that. And then down here, you'd have another dot like this, and then another dot like that. Well, I just separated them apart, right? Let me see. And you just have to split it right over here. So you'd have double D, 44. Dividing of the day and the night, because you divided Venus. And you divided Venus through the 7 voided gates. Through the 7 voided gates. Why were these gates voided? And within your creation, there was that division. So all of a sudden, the one light appears. You see, the actuality of this cube might be this. And the reason for this and not this is because when you create your 9 dots, as the way it's understood, in roulette, they have houses of 12, 3s and 4s. Vertical Mars, horizontal Earth. Stand. When you get stand, you're using these 2. When you add on ARD, you have added on this one over here. What happens when you add on the C? I'm still working on all of that. But you have to understand that when A and B come together, they come together in the 21st century on the letter U. It is used. UST comes together right here because it is the first time it becomes first. As well, 19 is going to be est, or let me say east, or how about earth? This is because of what is first, what is second, what is third, where it can be found, and how to differentiate and understand it is only within these here. A, J, S, and 28, the moon cycle. It is also the 4x7, the 3x7, the 2x7, and the 1x7. In the gateway through Venus and creation of Earth, we now have Mars, Jesus of time, 4774, through the light of the sun of the birth. Number 14, and that 14th letter is the letter N. Now we also have to understand another thing, is that there was an alphabet shift. In order to rebalance the alphabet, A has to start in position 6. Although life actually does not begin until the heaven, which would make it A8, and that is your polarity of 6. And now I have to understand that creation, okay, is not until you get AC11, also known as AC11 in blackjack. The equations are very important, where they come from, right? Where do they come from? Can you trust? Can you trust where I get my information? Can I trust them? Well, let's go to the casino and see every single casino in the world. Can we trust them? Because this is where 90% of my information comes from. It's what I do with the information. Do you trust me? AC11 is the student. ST for first. U, okay, for its first creation. DENT, the entity through the sun of Mars. 11 is the beginning of the creation. Each one of these has a different polarity value. See, this is the dividing of the gates. So I shift and I rebalance the alphabet. But then we can rebalance it again starting at 11 for creation. Also in blackjack, right? In blackjack, and I can show you different games that will bring me and associate these two letters. So this becomes 11. So it becomes ace 11, which is also known as the student. We also have the 14th card ace, right? We have the 14th card ace. When you play poker, we can use it at both ends during the same play. As well, we have to understand that in this realm, the ace has a value of 13 because the deuce or the ducks, now I'm not sure if it's the water main ducks, right? Okay, I don't know if it's the water main. And don't forget, they come and take out the insects. The ducks take out the insects. Does anybody know Donald Duck? Does anybody know that the deuce is a trump card? CARD 26. Just know in Casino War, who rules? 913. Ape. Okay, so now we're going to get back to dot. Let's just jump off of that. I hope I didn't lose you. Let me have a sip of coffee. Okay, so we've separated. I showed you what happens with these designs. I want to go back to my book from yesterday. Yes, I want to go back. I haven't finished the alphabet shift. And in here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to match up the Mayan calendar, the 7 months, all the different cycles. If you tell them to me, I can explain them inside of here. But there's many levels. There's many levels of this realm over here. You notice I have 4 lines, but I only have 3 area spaces for that. So what it is what you can do and what you can't do. What is a result? What is the results? Can we use these results somewhere? Reasoning, right? Let me see. Okay, so in this area square, or this turned square, I took up, this is the minimum size. I will use up, of 4 areas, I will use up half, but I will only use up half of each area. Also noted to be the spare. Also noted to be a French accent in which you can put above each other, but they do not have a true value. In this true value, it is known as the circumflex. When there is separation to them, okay, when there is no attachment, they're known as what I believe is aigu and grave. I don't know the whole story. I've never done a real numbers thing on it. I know I like to see this as Green Avenue, which is number 49, 429. I like that. This is the alternate world, the grave world. We know already it is the stop sign world. We know it's Earth. We know that when we create this minimum size design for its basic skeleton answer, what actually gets created within. See, this must go all the way through. It must go all the way through. There was something inside of it, yes, that when I make the full connection over here, I cannot go here. It is impossible. The only way to go, first of all, the only way to catch each side to create the center is as so. I'm just trying to see what is happening. This goes this way, that goes that way. This goes this way, that goes that way. Just trying to see how this goes this way, this goes this way. So in each one of them, okay, I'm going to create, let me see, did I go up? Yeah, I could have went. So in each one of them, I show there is above level and a below level. It is 1, it is 3, it is 5, it is 3, it is 1. It is 1, it is 3, it is 5, it is 3, it is 1. That is its cycle. Its cycle is 1. Its cycle is 1. And then its cycle is 1. And then 1, 1, 1. And then 1. And then hold on a second. And then 1, 1, 1, 1. And then 1. Anyways, 1, 3, 5. And then it's 1, 2, 3. And then it's 1. So here's the basic cycle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, and 1. Again, that's through the sun, and it's 2, 4, 6 that comes out of it. 2, 4, 6 are going to have the equation in the game of craps. Anyways, this single size can be recreated in between the 8 heaven. We know we have to have 8. This is what size it needs to be. Here is the racetrack around it, but this is only a half space. It passes through both of these blocks over here. It is not equal to this block here. There is a difference. And as I said, in order to go to, I'm going to recreate this again. The only way to get into the center here, or to go this way and this way, okay, is to create, you can't. You just can't get in here. And how do you get in here? The only way to do this is from the dead center. The only way to find anything is to create X's in each of the boxes and then connect it like this. And by connecting it like that, you've created an area for space. You see all the 0 here and then the 0 here. You see this? And then this over here. You created an 8 inside of this. And this will do the same thing. But you can't run both at the same time. And I'm very upset that you can't see the design properly. 1, 2, 3, 4. They create their own cubic area standing up. That is what 2, 4, 6, 8 does. 2, 4, 6, 8. But it is from 1, 3, 7, and 9. And this was created because I never showed you. You see, I never showed you the skeleton. Let me see. I never showed you the skeleton over here. And then I never showed you. Here's the skeleton right over here. So you see the way 10, 10, 10, 10 came in? Because all Roman numerals, X's are 10s and 24, equals to 34, the numeric value for 1. Let me take this out of the game. Oh no, I can't take that out of the game. I need to take a piece and part out of the game. So we're into the word dot. We're into the word dot. Just give me 1 second. And the word dot is valued at 39. So is the word angel. So is the word 10. But forget about that. I want to know what these say. Well, what these don't tell me, they're telling me 9 plus 4 equals to 13. Well, how does that help you? Why did I do that? 13. Yes, because there's 3 letters, 13 and 13 and 13 equals to 39. I'm just doing it to looking at its polarity. It is 4 letters less 1 to equal to 10. Why did I do 13? 1 plus 3 equals to 4, and it is the polarity to 10. I wanted to use 9 for a reason. I'm trying to think. Yes, it was 9 and 1 equals to 10. It was 8 and 2 equals to 10. It is 7 and 3 equals to 10. It is 6 and 4 equals to 10. It is 5 and 5 equals to 10. When can we use the 5? We can use it on 2, 5, 8. We can use it on 4, 5, 6. But we cannot use it on 1, 3, 7, 9. And when well, hold on a second. Let me not do it that way. We cannot use it. We cannot use it on 1, 9 and 3, 7. It's blocked. Or it can be a passage. If I take a look, here would be the 5, here would be the 1, here would be the 9, and I'm associating this with the passage over here through this gateway, and it's the 1 and 9 passing through. The 1 spirit to 9 birth passing through 5. And the 1 spirit and associating with equality 0, 6. In the life we are, the 6 light. The 1 spirit going through the 5-fold as the 9 birth, 9, 5, and 1, 15. And as we go through, 1 and 5 is 6, we must match 6. So 1 and the heaven coming through and igniting 6, in which we now only need 6 and 5, which is a concocted way of understanding where 1 and 2 creates, because the revert of 1 and 2 is that 6 and 5. It is that 6 and 5 that will now create the sun. Within 5 is 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4 with it inside 5. Inside a 6, there is 4. And there is no other, but it is the halfway house right in between over here, creating H and I. Through its calculative math, this will create the spirit of 76 and the birth and the star system. Did I say that right? Let's not use the star system. This is going to create freedom. 56, freedom in the sun. 56 and 54, the sun. 56 and 12, bringing us to night and day, or the reverse of this is 87, the gateway. And if you want to invert to find out where it comes from, well, 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 equals 2, 7, and 8, which equals to 56 and 15. Which equals to 71 again. So we know where it came from. We know its rotation. We know that the sun, we know that Mars was involved. Inside of here, we create 44. Inside of here, we create 11. Ace 11 in blackjack with any 10. We don't care if it's the spirit. We don't care if it's the sun. Any 10 in blackjack with ace 11 will give you 1.5 times your wager. So this is cycle number 2. Now we're going to have to create 77 to Christ. And with 77 to Christ and 56, we create 77. So with the same 2 numbers, I create 44, the division of day and night through Pluto. I create the E world pass through the sun, 1221, the student and the sun. I create the 10 world. Where does this is my equation, is based on this, 1, 4, and 7. I see it all the time, to the 7 days a week, to the 4 seasons, to the 3 parts and the 4 parts, and the 3 parts and the 4 parts create 75. Doesn't matter if it's 75, it doesn't matter if it's 57, it comes out to 1925. 10 and 7 and 13, the base. The base of this is 17 and 13. Q and M, the base to create that. Well, excuse me, wrong. Stop. This 13 will create all the way up. That creates this. It stops at 19. 3 by 19 equals to 57. How do we redo this? This calculation will create 3 and 4, which will create 12 and 7 equals to 19. Since it's a 0-7, it becomes 67, 77, it becomes 79, the gateway and the birth pass. And that birth pass I just showed you through a design over here, okay, in which Here's your two cubes that come over here and over here at the end of this in the Star of David. Here's the up and here's the down. You're going right through it. Here's your 3 and your 7. Or we can change it. We can put 1 and 9. But don't forget, you have to go through the H, heaven. It is called the delta angle. The difference between here and here, 3 and 7, is 4. But the reality, it's 3 in between. The difference between 1 and 9 is 8. But it's actually 7, telling me about the gateway. The 3/4 past the earth. 3/4 and 1/4. You have to recreate the whole. 4 times 4 creates 16 and 8, or also 87, telling me about the vision of day. 24, the division of day and the gateway. Remember what I was talking about 5 minutes ago about these dots? Well, to create 4 areas, A, B, C, D, it takes 9 dots. But to create 9 areas, I'm going to show you that in a minute. In order to create 9 areas, right, I'm going to do it bigger, just so you can see. In order to create 9 areas, three, 6, 9, 12. There are 12 dots for create center. 12 dots for create center. This will be 3 and 2, value of 5. Actually, a value of 6 and 5. Alpha beta recreates its inverted self. 4 create center. These 4 create center. Now, what we have to understand is, what about this one here that's missing to embody it? So here, we're just going to either or. We can do this. Actually, if I put it here, right? The question is, no, I have to do this. I have to use this as an enclosure and then do this. Level 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Let me see, did I get that right? 1, 2, I'm just trying to figure out 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let me see. 1, 2, 3 here and here, and 1, 2, 3 and here. And then we're going to go to, oh, is it over here? Right? And we're going to go here, and it's here, and then here. And then, see, these are the equations. And what happens and what numbers go where in creating the 9 spot of Earth. So the actual Earth, okay, you get, in order to create 9 areas for the pound key, you're going to take 12 dots to create 9 areas. And then you're going to have 4 dots, which are going to be connected to the and if we want, we can split them all up and just see of whether or not they are the books. And you see the way they create the darts, and then you can create now all passages being 6, 9, 6, 9, 6, 9. Anyways, it's been an hour. I'm going to come back. I'm a little bit tired. Got a few things to do. We saw what happened over here. Now they're going to get ribs. Remember, the ribs of Adam and Eve, 545. Adam, A-D-A-M, A to D, A to M, equals to 10, equals to 91. 1 and 9, 10, equals to 10. DM or MD, which is 4 through 13, 91 minus 6, 85, if I got that right. So where else can we go with this? Can I just take a 5-minute break? Yeah, I prefer to take a break. I'm just going to put the ceiling up here. Maybe I'll put on a little music, and I'm going to put on break. I don't want to end this. On break to 1:45. Okay, on break, 1:45 start. And yeah, I'm really thirsty. I want to set up my lighting a little bit better. I want to do a little bit more explaining of this, this paper here, the twisting of it, because like I said, we're going to twist this way, right? 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to twist actually this way, and then I'm going to actually it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to switch 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So when you're done with it, you actually see the number 2 and the number 5 coming out in rotation. SS, what is it telling you? Okay, give me a few minutes. Oh my God. Just need something to drink. I need a 5-minute break. Wow. Okay, okay. If you're still here, I'm back. I'm back. I'm going to spend a little bit more time here, and yeah. So if you just ran away, because I ran away, I'm going to do some easy stuff. I want to finish with the dots. I'm going to write it. No break. So what happens is I come to number 39. Because of the 0 over here, 0, 4, and 20, I'm going to add on 66. So we know which gateway. Now, I'm always mixed up with 6, 7, and 6, 6. 6, 7 has a divided gateway. 6, 6 is a blocked gateway. Now, is it 6, 6 the gateway because, just 1 second, because of what happens, let me see, here to here to here to here, okay, here. So what happens, either I put it this way, I have to think, right, or I can't do it this way unless I'm working with half space, okay, right? I can maybe put one world on here, and because I'm working with half space, I would put another one over here, right? And it would create my 4 blocks. Oh, I couldn't. 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I can do it this way, and maybe it changes. Maybe it changes. Maybe it changes. I don't know. Anyways, I don't want to get into that. I'm just trying to find out if 66 is over here. It doesn't have the seventh gate. But what happens if this should open? Can this take this and actually be like that, in which or actually, this is the bottom part of it, and this is the, let's call this the hoist. And what happens is when this drawbridge here moves down here, okay, this, okay, will fold in. You see the way this looks like the R letter? These two will come down and they will meet right over here. That's when this disappears. You see this K over here? They will both fall down. This will disappear. And to note that this is the alpha omega when 52 comes together. So when this falls down into here, okay, what's going to disappear is, I'm just trying to figure out which part disappears. It's not that it disappears. It's just that, how can I explain it? How they come together. Anyways. And it creates a sailboat. But one of my questions comes to be is that when you look down at that design, I have the same thing coming together. And it comes together from 300, 720. It takes two to bring that together, above and below. So I got above and below 720 and 36 and 36, right, 720. Takes four of them to create 1440 in the day, plus 1, 2, 3, 4 of who they are for the cycle of what they run. You can see we have a crossing down at the bottom. That is the roulette wheel. See the way it looks sort of like sad, but it's not sad. Don't worry about it. So how does the sixth gate split with the seventh gate? Is it doing that? I seem to have lost my pen. Is it actually doing that, or is it counter? You see the way I did this as 66, and what happens is you go from here, here's number 7, through number 7, right? You come here, or you can come up this way if you want, into number 7, and then get into 6 over here. Here is your heaven. You come from here, the circuitry 1 through 6, creating 7, and you enter into this heaven. I'm not sure how it goes or what it is, just the numbers make sense. Let's get back onto the dot, understanding the dot. So when we add on the 60, okay, for 4 equaling to 60, I end up with 90. That is January. That is our birth of the angels onto the gateway, the heavens, in the heavens, because you have a 0. That comes from number 8, so you know you're in the cubic world. If we don't have a 0, we can't be in the cubic world, or can we? What does the 0 mean? It means we've went on to the other side, right? But how deep did we go? Because A, B, C, D is the only way it takes us there. If you stop at C, you never get there. Your continuation of stopping at C will only continue to 3, 6, 9. And your answer with 3 and 6, 3, 9. Your next one, your 3, 9, 3, 9, 18. 3, 9, 18. If it's polarized at this, it'll be 18, 9, and 3. If you go forward, it becomes 12, it becomes 30. It becomes 3, 12, 30. And backwards, it'll become 18, 27, 32. 18, 27, 32. Did I get this? 18, 27, 30. So
Going backwards, did I get this right? 30, 18, 27, 9, 9, and 3, 30. So it becomes 9, in the reverse, it becomes 9, 9, 3. And in the advancement, it becomes 3, 3, 3. So this is in Jupiter's creation. I like to call it the three little pigs. You have, this is, number 30 is 36, creation of IR. Sorry, creation of IR. So now we have the dot. And also note that inside this word over here, I'm going to switch the word to DVIT. Did I get that right? Divot? Divot. The O equals a DEAT, a deity. This is the 15th letter. Why did I? Oh, yes, that's right. That's right. It's the 15th letter. 5 and 1 is why I put it. It is the 15th letter. So would it be DIVT? Divot. Roman numeral. We go on to angel equals to 39. How do we get nines? How do we get 13 to create 39? 39 is an extension of 13. It could be divided prime, which is number 13. 13 times 3. 13 times 3. So it polarizes itself in DC. 0, 3 becomes 63, becomes 76. It's telling us about the half-life. It's telling us about Jupiter. It's telling us about the hand of God. Solid equals to 59, talking about the E-world, the EIO. We're talking about the game of pool. We're talking about the divided house. Divided house comes with the heaven. That's why the black ball, okay, which is created by yellow and red, etc., to create the brown and get the blue to create the black. The stripe is number 57 for star. The A family. This can be the Eastern Star or the Pi star. ST, the letter R, star. The East comes from the ESTE, the Saint Star, or Este, meaning towards the east, the E-world star. The total value equals to now the numeric value for the moon, female, the letter R, representation, male and female. The final result is female. Rest in peace, E-world. We have put you on a new mountain and a new spirit of man inside of S, the fourth dimension. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 equals to 4 and 3. 4 plus 3 equals to 12 and 7 equals to 19. Your birth gate stripe. Easter. Knowing that Eastern, a mix between second and third. Easter. How about the Eastern Star? The Eastern Star. 21st, you being in the ST family. Abst. So there's more to dot other than equaling to number 39, but the story that goes along with 39. Here and here, this is the gateway into the moon. This is the game of pool. It will equal 120, adding up 1 to 5. Here, adding up a nothing, because I don't want to do that. It's created by the cycle in the moon. Mathematically, after 3 cycles of calculations with number 28, it'll reduce to 26, and then it'll hit 20. And noted that 6 and 2 are the 7th gate, and that 7th gate comes in Venus. 22, life as ape, monkey. You can't tell the difference, or you don't know where we come from, but you can find it inside these numbers. Now, in our next video, or I'm going to take a break, one of the two. I'm taking, let's say, a 5-minute break to 1:53, and I'm going to start with this piece of the book, and then the next book, and we're just going to be discussing equations. For now, I'm going to put on a little subtle music.
Okay, I just want to see where else I can put this. Is that okay with everybody? Let me see if I got this music here. If you want to listen to some really good music, I suggest this station. Copy. I don't do any promotions, but I just think the station is nice. And okay, here's the numeric universe. How can I play it? Listen, I want to listen. What's happening? Oh yes, I gotta choose. Where are they? Oh yes, suburbs of Goa. Oh yes, I gotta choose. Let me see if there's anything else in here.
Okay, break is done. Break is done. Break is done. Is that 2 o'clock? No, close to it. Good enough. Break is done. Break is over. Put this away. Let me see if we can come out here, get this back on, and see where we are going to go. See where we are going to go. So we're into this book over here. We've spoken about this over here, coming to a point. Inside of here is the 9 areas of the cat. Usually one area, it's 3 areas and then 1 area. Now, my question is, okay, and don't forget, watch this will now open up and create a bigger gap, but it'll create a wide gap over here. How do we do this? Boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. So if that's there, we have to go here, here. Is this it here? There was a single gap in between here, but here is, oh yes, because we have to use the same number. So that has to be 1 area, 2 areas, 1 area, 2 areas. I think it's over here. I'm not really sure. I don't remember. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm just trying. I don't remember. I have to invert this. I have to invert this. Maybe if I took a picture of it. Can I take a picture of it somewhere here? Cam, Mike. Hey, Grant, how you doing? How you doing? How can I share this? And I need to invert this. Boy, oh boy. Can I take a picture of it? No, I can't. Anyways, I don't remember how to do this. See, this will be here. This will be here. This will be here. So this is, let me see. Where should we get the square in over here? Okay, here's our first square. So this is 1, 3, 7, and 9. And then this is 1, 3, 7, and 9. So I can, if I connect them together, like that, connect this one together like that, then connect the other one together like that. Let me see. 1, 2, no, it's over here. So we create that. Why did that happen? Where did that come from? By creating that, and we're going to have this gap in over here. Okay, we have the same gap, so it's not the same thing. But why am I missing area? What am I missing area? You see, I'm a little confused myself what just happened. When I connected these 3 dots, this is the main area. Okay, this is the main area. I got a little confused and I went into the center of the main area. I went on this one over here, so I shifted halfway over from the main area. So now this is something new in my understanding, but I'm working with my hands. You know, I got to keep moving these things around and trying to see a little bit deeper. So we now have over here, and as it shifts, hold on a second. This is the center. This is 1 area. This is 1 area over here. Did I get this right? 1 area there, 1 area here, 1 area here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anyways, it's supposed to, what happens over here? This area, is that, no, we're working in this area over here. This area, no, something is, no, this, I don't have this right. I really screwed this up. Now I hope I didn't screw up this equation here because it's okay. I'm gonna change this equation. I don't like what I did here. You know, I just don't like what I did. I'm gonna have to go over this again because it starts to make a design. And don't forget the arrow that's pointed up. But the arrow is like a three-headed dog to the left, to the right, and towards the center. So the beginning of my next equation is 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals to 1. And I do want to tell you that, hold on, I got to rewrite all these papers here. Homework tonight. Guess what? I'm the teacher, and I'm doing the homework. I got to force myself to do this stuff. Otherwise, how can I know? So what we're going to go through next is part of what created this design. Now I'm going to go, I should be doing this all the way until I reach what number? Can I really go past 9? So here, 1 times 1, 1 plus 1. Too fast. Equals 2. I just want to show the equations. FVOH. What is FOH? Version en anglais? A different version? VOG, VOH. Life on Mars at the heaven gates. Ho, ho, ho. Life would be the V, and G would be the gateway to Mars, which is also noted. Is it like this? Can you do this? Or I can do this. Or I can do this. Well, unless it's this. Irregardless, let me just move on to where I am. This is what 1 does. And there's a continuation. What every single number does in the continuation and how they line up again together. 2 plus 2, 2 times 2. 2 times 2 times 2. We end up with 2. We end up with 4. We end up with 8. So we're going to go 2, 4, 8. And here we're going to end up with 2, 4, 6. So I'm going to go 2, 4, 6. And we're going to pyramid everything. And we're going to branch out our numbers. First, we're going to go this way, and then we're going to go that way. We're going to split 2 into 2 different worlds on this one. Now, the question is, should I do this square? What would happen if I did this square? I'm not going to get into that. I just want to tell you that would be another equation and a different understanding. Inside of this, we can already see between 4 and 8, the heaven of the delta gate, also equaling to the sun, to be, to buy, and to sell. To buy and to sell. The divided gates and the cycle of the moon. Remember, 1 and 3. Before the E world, it's 1 and 3. 2 and 2, and 1 and 3. 2 and 2, we're just going to have those divided gates again. 2, 4, 8. 2, 4, 2, 4, 8, 2, 4, 8. 22. And in between over here is 45, the sun, between the 2 mountains. The next one is 2, 2, 2, 2. So we have 2, we have 4, we have 8, we have 16. So how can I do this? Should I convert this and just go 2, 4, 8, 7? Is that what I should do with this one as it brings on the 7th gate? And this would be 2, 4, 6, 8. So here we are still in the same house. We converted the heavens in the same house through Venus gateway, the 7th void. Here is the split house and the gateway coming together in the halfway house. 48 is the sun, the Pluto to buy and to sell. 28 is the cycle. 27 is in Venus, in where 4 and 8, 12, 1 and 2, 3 partakes in creation. 2, 3, which creates creation, male, female, in the moon. In the E world, reverts back to the 5 again. So what we're going to do with this number, 2487, is I'm going to put 2, and then I'm going to put 4, 8. And because I only have a singular 7, I'm going to put a singular 7 over here. I'm just trying to see, there was some other way that I did this. 2, 4, 8, 248, 248, 248, 2, 2, 4. And there's another way I was thinking. If I went 2, 2, 4, 2, 4, 8, 2, 4, 8, 7, and try to create that equation, see if it makes any sense. I put it together, but I don't know what it's going to do. Then we have the 3 by 3, 3 plus 3, and this is the highest generation you can go in Venus. What is the highest generation you can, sorry, on Earth? This is your highest generation, bringing you to 1.5 times, or yourself plus 1/2. And when you create 1/2, linear, and then 1/2. We can create it this way, and understanding, see, these are halves, all created halves. I'm not really sure what the equation is going to be, but how do we create halves and not 4 quarters? Sitting on one addition is 4 areas. You're 360 degrees. And inside the 360 degrees, it is divided in the same area as one area, and we put our 3 house, our 3 corners. Stop, let's leave it out. Don't want to talk about that. Okay. Then we get to, this is 3 and 3. This is becomes 6, and then 6 and 9 is 15. So it becomes 66. This becomes 3, then 3 times 3 is 9, and 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. So this is the total equation. Then this is 3, 6, 9. Oh, yes, I remember what I did. Underneath here, I went 3, 9, and 9. This is where 19 times 19 equals 361, plus 19 plus 19 equals to 38. Is creation in Jupiter, Earth creation in Jupiter 13. Jupiter 13. Gatex. Here, when we get to the polarity, or we get to the enclosure, into remember, if you have one of these, you're not finished. You have 2 of these, and now what do you want to do to join them? Most people would do that, but just join them this way. Sorry, this way. It's like an open book, or it's like a passage or a tunnel all the way through. That's where Venus comes in. This is the angels of Venus. This will be 3, 6, 9, 3, and this will be 3, 9. This is 29, 9, 3, 9, 9, 9. I put it back to the single digit. Otherwise, it'd be 3, 9, 27, and 81. So we're back into when a big red sun in creation of Venus. And this tells me in rotation of Saturn, creation of the birth through Saturn. That is the rat sun, because inside the word Saturn is ATRSUN. So it's take away the, where did we take away? We took away the AT. We took away the AT. This is where Cat in the Hat comes in. And then they took away the R. They took away the ATR. 18, 20, and 1. So things were removed. They took away the rat. Between 16 and 20, right? 17, 18, and 19, 16, and 20. I just have to understand something here. We continue on into the equation. 4 times 4 is what creates the division of the gate of the day and the night. 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. We're starting to come into memory or RAM. 4 plus 4 plus 4 is 12. This is where we now get our 76 and the half-life of RAM. 5 by 5 is 25, which is the 7th gate of Venus, the E world, the B. A, B, C, D comes together as 5 and 5. This equation will create 5 and 7. I add it to a single digit, 25. This will actually create 5 and 1. A red moon, Heinz moon. 5 by 5 by 5. Remember, you can't go anywhere unless you have 2 of them. Now you take one, the extra one, we have 3, it's 1.25 extra time at the end of the year for 365. 5 times 5 times 5 equals 2, 5, 7, and 8. 5, 10, 15 creates 5, 1, and 6. 5 and 5 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. 15, 1 and 5 is 6. I'm just showing you all the equations. Now, when we work it into the last equation, this is where the Mayans fit in, right over here. Mars, Mayans, Mars, Mayans, because it was the it is Mars, M-A-R-S, M-A-R-S, M-A-R-S. So M-A-R-S. So the divide comes over here because it's 5 letters. M-A-R-S, 14 and 37, 51. So we have 5 by 5 by 5. It creates this equation. Then we have this equation over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 625. The total over here is 645. I have that, in fact, I have 1841. I don't have that equation. We have the spirit of the church and the dog queen showing up in the 5 by 5 by 5. We have, this is your inverted 65. So this is memory as well, part of memory, 512 memory in the E world. This is these two will recreate 5. The number that recreates this will become 35. That is your base value. 35 plus 8. It's plus 8 because you are the addition, okay, of the connect. You are the one life of the 3 connect. So that is the 4. At the same time, those are the 4 areas. You are the, you are alpha beta creation in the E world where 1 and 2 creates it. You are of the 3 worlds and you are one of yourself. The 8, I connect that because that is the heavens of your birth. It automatically connects to who you are, and the final equation will add up to you as DC at the 7th gate. You are of and become. You are of and become. You are of creation and have become who you are and the delta angle through the half-life of creation, through our moon or the moons of Mars. Here we are going to create 18 through Venus, Jupiter. Here is 6 by 6 is, we already have the 36 and 12 through the 6 by 6, which is the gateway. We equal to 48, which is the sun of Pluto, 84, which means later, 4884 or 474. We now meet the gates of Jesus through the cycle 28 of man, 13 to the cycle 28 of 364 of the memory that comes from 5555. That comes from 555, standard creation. Stand creation first. Take the first stand. Nothing begins until second. Nothing begins until second. You may have the magic wand, the spirit, but until it comes into the world, into the split world, there is nothing. This will create the numeric. This is the time of the cube. What's left over here is mass. What's left over here is 40. That's the delta angle. Your plug-in is 40. Your standard creation, or standard, okay, is 60. Your stand creation through Q is 30, and it's a turkey because you need all 3 of them in order to complete it. It's also the creation with what is day of you, the 21st, which takes 4 times, which takes 3 times, and 21st, which takes 4 times. Always understand the cycles. Here's more memory in 1296 through the moon, and here is your day. And how does your day come out? 6 and 612. 6 and 612. Why is this like this? Oh, yes, 612, 1824, or your cycle runs 6396, or your cycle runs 6999. Now, where can we find all these numbers? Where can we find all the 3 6s and 9s? Because everything seems to be working out, the 3 6s and 9s. All these numbers that you can find out are in pi. You have to take pi and reconstruct it to the trueness of what it once was. And you multiply every number in pi as you go along to reconstruct pi to 369 to fit into these precise cycles to understand where you are in location towards the numbers. And it sounds like really crazy, but it's hypothesis and reality. This over here, okay, is what happens when this gets reduced from the 4 cycle back to the 3 cycle, taking away the 8 gateway. Now, if you want to go to the gateway, this will be 3113, or at the same time, it'll be 393. So where you get 1 1 or 31113 to 393 is inside again. We're back to Saturn. We're back to where creation was at 36, because this equation, it'll create 27 and 12 equaling to 39, the angels within itself. So I made a little error in speaking. This will create the cycle Ace 11 when it's added together. So it's the 4 houses. So we now know Ace 11 is with the 4 houses, and the Ace 28 with the cycle of the moon. 7 times 4. And this is the quarter world. So we're talking about Earth and Earth's heart, because man is made up of the concept of 3. And then it is man himself putting himself on the cross of the light. In the equations, this equation over here, this is going to be related in the moon. When you put it back up, why I did 1 1, because they're minuses. I have to go down. I can go up and put 8 and 8 in order to recreate this. Sorry, in order to recreate 7, I would go 3 8 8 3 to create this. So it'd be 3 8 8 3 and 3 8 8 3. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Right here. 4. 4. I need to recreate the 7th gate. So 4 and 3 is 7. 8 and 8 is 7. 8 and 8 is 7. 4 and 3 is 7. But I'm going to take this and reduce it and make it 575. So I went from 474 to 575. Now I went from the moon to Jesus and the gateway. 474, gateway of time. So let's check this out. 7 times 5 equals to 35. 7 plus 5 equals to 12. 12 plus 35 equals to 47. Now, how did I create that? Well, what I did is I brought it to the 7th gate. Since the numbers were 4, 8, 8, 4. 4 and 3 is 7. 8 and 8 is 16. 8 and 8 is 16. 3 and 4 is 7. Noted that with this number, the heaven's gate appears because of where 1 and 6 are related to. 2 numbers. The 8 is apparent in 1, where the voided 8 to where the light comes as a 6th light. So this would be 32 altogether. And in this scenario, it creates 5. 16 and 16 is 32 when I bring it together. But when I leave it separate, okay, it'll create 7, 7, 7, 7. And I can bring it together again over here. Now, I can also invert this and bring it to another world. I can go 4, 8, 8, 4 and bring it over to 10 worlds. And I go 6, 22, 6. And that's through your Pluto birth through the 7th gate, Jesus, which is 616, the cycle of God, the 474, the cycle of the moon of Jesus, the energy pattern. So we ended up with the numeric value of 6 times 6 times 6 times 6, bringing me into the moon, bringing me into 1.5 times, multiple moons. 7 times 7 equals 63, and that is the angel IR through the gateway to CDC, which is going to bring on the angel of man. It was pre-created 13. I don't know where it comes from, but it's pre-created 13, which is 66 and 55, creating 13. 12, 10 equals to 22, ape. 2 and 2, 4. 1 and 3, 4. 44, the division of day and night. Ape, the student. 2410, created from DC, 6 times 4, 6 plus 4. 2410, the 40 world. 2020, don't count the E world connect to the cycle of the moon. The cycle of the moon, 7531. 7531, we connect the sun to 2468. 2468. The multiplication, it will be 7, 49, 343, 2401. So we can go 7, 4, 1, 7. The numeric value for 7 in the 7th gate processes over here. 8 and 9 are in between tunnels. 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3. That is my 7th gate. 4, 5. Yes, and if I want to take these numbers, I'll put the 7 at the top. I'll put the 49 next. I'll put the 343 next, and I'll put the 2401. If my numbers are too small, I'll create a different equation for it. But I'm just questioning myself on these little things right now. So I did 7, number 8. Yes, it's the 8 that brings in the big memory right here, 512. 512 memory come in at the gateway right over here. 17, actually, this is going to create 77 matter. This is where I'm thinking that ER comes in. Electronic resident. This will create 536, or if you multiply it, it becomes 180 degrees. If you create the multiplication, it equals to 90, and 14 equals 104, which is communication CB codes, which creates 74, which is now energy, time, and Jesus. Here, again, more memory. 8 times 8 times 8, 4,096, which is actually 4696, or 0969 in rotation of 4 and 6. ABC 6, ABCD. I question myself. This is the addition of 3. This is D all in itself. And then I just pyramided it up this way. Then I question myself. 1 and 9, 10. See the way 4 and 8, 10? Here it's 15, but I'm not going to count the 5. So there's a 10 here, there's a 10 here, there's a 10 here, and there's a 10 here. So there's 2 10s in the center. Count that for 20. There's 2 10s at the corners, but they're in opposite directions. Should I be counting that for 10, 10? Because this one's in this version, this one's in this version, and here I'm going to cut the corners to get into this one over here, to connect these 2 10s together. How am I going to connect these 2 10s together, or these 2 10s together, or these 2? Well, actually, what I'm talking is the whole area, right? It's this one is a 10, and this one is a 10. Anyways, I'm just trying to understand that myself. And here is number 9, 729, the gateway birth through KR. 11 and 18. Here is your blackjack birth to the heavens. The total is 756. 30, 210. Through the moon plus 15 equals to 225. And through the moon and your birth is right over here at between 216 through the moon to 225 over to 234, our vibration. The 666 to the 675 to the 684. I like to say where this is the DC moon hooks up. This is the male and the female, and then we get converted into the light, 666. It's not 4 6s, it's 3 6s. What happens when we create 4 6s? Here's what happens with my 8. We have to go and find out. You see the 8, 4096 with 4096, 2401, and 1296, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18, 4, 5, 6, 7, 15, 19. I have to understand this. This one will give me the spirit moon, the red spirit moon, because of the word Heinz that will appear. And then Mars will be the invert of this. This is DC. It's a total of 7. It creates the gate, the one gate. This is 18, RGS, 3744, the division of day and night. It's this number over here. What is the difference? I'm just thinking myself, 1695. And between here and here, it's 805. I just have to understand 14, 21, and 13. Anyways, I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm trying to understand why I'm doing it is because working on 6, 7, and 8, here is 6. The gateway is where the 7 is. The 8 is on the other side. What are those numbers? On one side, it's 1296. On the other, it's 14, 1296. Take away 4096 equals to 0, 0 equals to 180-degree plane. That's your plane, 180 degrees. And remember, this is 1 and 2, and this is 4. This is your 3-4 polarity in rotation, 3 and 4. This will become 46. All these numbers will change. 15, 19, this will become number 23. And this one will change, but I got to invert the world. 1 and 2 goes nowhere. So I'm going to turn this into a 6 itself. So by turning this into a 6, how do I turn this into a 6? Do I rotate it one more time? I create 24. So I rotate it. So when I rotate it, it will end up to be, just give me a second, 2493. That's what will happen when I rotate it. 6 and 6, 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 9 and 9, 18 is 1. 2 and 2 is 4. And here we can create it. And my invert, anyways, I can't do it anymore. I'm tired. That's it. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. I will get back. Thank you very much for watching. Oh, by the way, I didn't say it to you. Chopping up this angle in the minus area at 225. Also, I have to understand this board over here. Get me a little bit more understanding. All the little things in life. Yeah, we needed high school. Absolutely. We needed high school math. We needed high school understandings. We needed high school understandings and association with the friends. Peace and love.